Hello, I'm Giselle, and this is SeeSmiX, episode 35. The featured video of the day is the featured video of the day because I thought it was a really cool and really creative way to use SeeSmiC, and because I love film noir.
It was a drunken night in a drunken city. I had a bottle of gin and was going to spend it all by my lonesome. That was when 5 feet, 2 inches of trouble walked in. That's okay. Trouble's my business.
The conversation of the day is a very interesting thread about what seesmickers do and don't like about Second Life and whether or not they choose to use it and why.
So I don't get Second Life. Don't have anything against the people who do, but I'm still trying to work out all kinds of problems here in the first life. All kinds of things to figure out, games to play. I don't need a second one, not yet. For now, I'm just going to stay here.
I had a chat to the head of pediatric oncology, Karen Albritton. We discussed how something like Second Life could be used to create models of both the clinics, the medical treatments, and the medical issues. That to me seems like a good use of Second Life, but I'd much rather have Second Life with Halo 3, PlayStation 3 visuals.
That perennial question. All Second Life is, at a conceptual level, is something that is 100% made by people. There's no one in charge. It's not a Second Life. It's a horrible name. I really hate that they call it that. It's a first life. There's a lot of stuff in life I don't get. I don't get golf. I don't get a lot of things. I don't do them. But I do get all the cyberpunkers. I do get to meet a ton of authors and indie musicians. If you choose to create, then you instantly become a very, very powerful creative person.
I mean, I can imagine why people walk in Second Life, buy home build. I mean, it's just fun. I can imagine.
I also do not understand Second Life. I've jumped on Second Life. I've created a character. I've had a little bit of a play around. You can fly. That's pretty cool. For me, there was no purpose to what I was doing, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I do agree with Nick. I think that Second Life can be used for good.
If you don't like Second Life, or if you don't get it, are you making commentary about user-generated content? To me, I make no distinction between a blog, a podcast, a video blog, or Second Life. It's just another place, another thing. There's nothing new here at all. It just happens to be in 3D in a very massively multiplayer Photoshop kind of way. Some of the things that I do actually in SL are very not weird and very real. 2 years I have been the live music coordinator for the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. I do a lot of evangelism of free culture and Creative Commons.
I'm raising my hand as part of the pro Second Life crew when I was chatting in the Skype chat room with my fellow podcasting friends. We all jumped into Second Life, and it enhanced what we were already doing because now we could still all chat with one another, but yet there were these cute little avies, and you could make them look like whatever you wanted. It could be 300 pounds and have this hot looking mama as an avatar. My avatar has purple ponytails, you know. Mostly I would use Second Life to go in and listen to concerts. It's like we're in a little coffee house together. It's like we attend the same show together in a chat room. My biggest problem with Second Life is the resources that it takes on a computer.
And you're right, it is. I think it's a fascinating distinction between, you know, the amount of control that, say, something like Halo 3 or a game has over you, and then Second Life, which kind of lets you make the rules. And certainly user-generated content is not my issue. I support user-generated content. My issue with Second Life, what I don't like about it, is the need for an avatar, a second reality, a kind of a picture of yourself as you want to be. That's what I took away from it, from my very brief interaction with the platform. You know, people kind of want to exist in this fantasy world, which is okay. Again, I don't have anything against it. It's not my cup of tea.
Just like any new experience, the first part of it was kind of scary and uncomfortable and awkward and a lot of things. I've ran into Eric in there, and he was extremely nice and helpful to me and helped me pick out a really cool alien avatar. I think just like a lot of experiences with anything, if you run into the right people, you're bound to have a good experience.
I was invited into Second Life to take part in a conference hosted by a bunch of very famous intellectual property experts. Very interesting. Now that's enough to get me into Second Life. Second Life put me in touch with a whole bunch of really interesting heads. So that's how I got into it. And since then, I've been to some very interesting events. I've done a couple of gigs in Second Life where we've had, hundreds of people come through. We did really interesting music. That was cool. Another thing I found Second Life really useful for was getting business advice. Second Life has real relevance, actually, in terms of meeting up with people, sharing information, and entertainment. If you're not interested, you ain't missing out though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really get Second Life either, but you know what's going to be good for us is Third Life. You put on a suit and it'll play Second Life for you in your real life. I imagine that people who play Third Life will be holding swords, fighting and stuff. The suit is amazing. It looks like an old zoot suit, except it's modern day.
What might be a better solution that you just wear glasses and where you just imagine you are in a Second Life.
The reason for the suit gets us up out of our chairs. If you had the suit, you could go for a real jog in Second Life. Definitely, I think we need that suit.
Alright, just a few more humorous clips. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Hello SeeSmiX users, I am Christmas Vinvin from Paris. I'm very happy to share this moment with you, my friends.
I'm watching you, right? No, seriously, my hair's fine. There's nothing wrong with my hair. Nothing wrong at all. Everything's fine. It's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first seesmic up the kilt shot.
No, you cannot do that. I'm shocked. I'm shocked and I'm disappointed. Christian, please. You're so nuts. With a skirt? A man with a skirt? No, you cannot.
Good job.